Hello everyone, this is Lata Akula. In our previous videos, we have completed algae, general characters, types of algae and their economical importance. Now in this video, we are going to study about the general characters of the bryophytes. The bryophytes these are the terrestrial plants. Algae are aquatic, right? These are terrestrial plants. They prefer to grow in moist habitats. And the examples for these bryophytes are mosses and liverworts. These mosses and liverworts, they live in moist shaded areas of the hill regions. These plants are called as amphibians of the plant kingdom because these can live in soil, but they dependent on water for its sexual reproduction. So why the water is required here? For the sexual reproduction of these bryophytes, the water is essential, but they live in the soil only. Hence, they are called as amphibians of the plant kingdom. Amphibians means what? They live both in water and land. The plant body was more differentiated than the algae. We have seen algae, plant body is called as thalloid. Thalloid means what? The body was not differentiated into root, stem and leaf. But here, the plant body was somewhat differentiated than the algae. And here, like true plants, they do not have any true plant body is absent. But they have some root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structures were present. Hence, they are somewhat differentiated than the algae. The plant body is attached to the substratum by means of a root-like structures called as rhizoids. These rhizoids are not true roots, but they are root-like structures. So what are the root-like structures in the bryophytes are called? Rhizoids, which are unicellular or multicellular. The plant body, they do not have any vascular tissue. Vascular tissue is absent in this. So what is the vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. We know that xylem and phloem are the conductive tissue present in the higher plants. But that conductive tissue or vascular tissue is absent in these bryophytes. The functions of the xylem is to conduct the water and mineral salts from the root system to the remaining parts of the plant, that is up to the leaves. And what is the function of the phloem? To transfer the prepared food material from the leaves to the remaining parts of the body. Those are the functions of the xylem and phloem. These two are absent in the bryophytes. If we see the life cycle of the bryophytes, there are two types. Two phases are seen. Gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. Here, the gametophytic phase is dominant over the sporophytic phase. The main plant body is gametophytic phase is the main plant body, which is a free living. Free living means it will not dependent on any other part of the plant for the food and for its survival. Whereas the sporophyte was born on the gametophyte. For example, this is the gametophyte. On this, the sporophyte was growing. Sporophyte was growing on the gametophyte. Here, the gametophytic phase is dominant one, which is the main part of the plant, which is free living. The sporophyte was born on the gametophyte. The gametophyte is in haploid condition. Which condition? It was in haploid conditions. The gametes are produced in this gametophyte by means of mitosis. How the gametes are produced? By means of mitosis, the gametes are produced, and these gametophytes, they consist of multicellular sex organs. They contain multicellular sex organs are present. The sex organs are, the male sex organ was called as antheridium. What is the male sex organ? Antheridium is the male sex organ and archegonium was the female sex organ. Antheridium and archegonium, these two are the male and female sex organs present in the bryophytes. This antheridium is, see, this is the antheridium. This antheridium is a male reproductive organ or male sex organ present in the bryophytes. This male reproductive organ was surrounded by jacket. This is called as jacket. The outer layer one is black color one is the jacket. Inside this there is some cells are present which are called as androcytes or sperm mother cells. So what are the cells present inside the antheridium? These are sperm mother cells or androcytes. These androcytes, they produce male gametes. These male gametes are called as antherozoids. What are the male gametes? Antherozoids. These antherozoids are produced from the sperm mother cells of Antheridium. Those cells are called as androcytes. So Antheridium is the male reproductive organ. Antherozoid is the male gamete. This male gamete, it has a biflagellated structure. It consists of two flagella for its motility. And whereas the female reproductive organ is called as archegonium. What is the female reproductive organ? Archegonium. It is a flask-shaped structure. What is the shape of this? Flask-shaped structure. Like male reproductive organ, female reproductive organ also covered by outer jacket. There is an outer multicellular jacket is present, and this female reproductive organ is divided into two parts, that is a tubular neck and swollen venter. This part is called as, this tube-like structure is called as a neck, and this swollen part is called as venter. What is this? This is venter. And inside this venter, there are this green color part. There is a one venter canal, sterile venter canal cell is present, and one fertile egg or oosphere is present. What are present inside the venter, swollen venter? There is a sterile. This venter canal cell is sterile. There is one sterile venter canal cell is present and one fertile oosphere or egg was present. And this neck also consists of neck canal cells. These black colored dot-like structures are nothing but neck canal cells are present. So what is the female gamete here? Oosphere or egg produced inside the archegonium. The male gamete is the antherozoids produced in the antheridium. Here these male reproductive organs, they have to swim in the water because they are motile structures, right? Here this water is essential for the swimming of these antherozoids to reach the archegonium. Here these antherozoids, they have to swim in the water and that have to reach the flask-shaped archegonium and fuse with the oosphere, that is the female gamete. So here for its motility, water is essential. I have already said in the starting, that is sexual reproduction, water is essential for its motility, right? Here these antherozoids, they swim in the water and they reaches the flask-shaped archegonium and reaches near to the oosphere and fuses with it and zygote is formed. Okay. So what are the characters? These are terrestrial plants, require the moist habit. Examples are the mosses and liverworts, which lives on the moist shady areas of the hills. These are commonly called as amphibians of the plant kingdom for its requirement of water and lives in the soil. The plant body was more differentiated than the algae because they consist of root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structures are present. The root-like structure which attaches the plant to the substratum were called as rhizoids, which are unicellular or multicellular. In this, the vascular tissue is absent. The life cycle of these bryophytes, they have two phases, gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. The gametophytic phase is called as the real plant body, which is dominant over the sporophytic phase. This sporophytic phase will grow on the gametophytic phase, and this sporophytic phase is dependent on the gametophytic phase for its food. The gametophytic phase, it prepares its own food material by photosynthesis, and in this gametophytic phase, it is a haploid one. The gametes are produced by mitosis, and this gametophytic phase consists of multicellular sex organs. So these are present in the gametophytic stage only, and these multicellular sex organs are, the male sex organ is called as antheridium and female sex organ is called as archegonium. Antheridium is surrounded by a sterile, antheridium is surrounded by a layer of jacket. Inside the antheridium, there are several sperm mother cells or androcytes are present. Inside these androcytes, antherozoids are produced. these androzoids are biflagellated motile male gametes, and the female reproductive organ is called as archegonium, which is a flask-shaped structure. The body of these female reproductive organ was divided into two parts: the tubular neck and a swollen venter. The tubular neck and swollen venter. The venter consists of one sterile venter canal cell and a fertile oosphere. Oosphere is nothing but female gamete. And neck consists of several neck canal cells. Here, this androzoids, by using its two flagella, it will swim in the water and reaches near to this archegonium and enters into the venter, fuses with the oosphere. After fusion, what will happen? Zygote is formed. Next, we'll study about reproduction in the bryophytes. The male reproductive organ is the antheridium. Female reproductive organ is the archegonium. From this antheridium, antherozoids or biflagellated antherozoids will be produced. From this archegonium, fertile egg will be produced. And these antherozoids are biflagellated ones with the help of water that will swims and reaches near to the archegonium, flask-shaped archegonium. What is the flask-shaped archegonium? The venter of the flask-shaped archegonium consists of fertile egg. These androzoids, they fuses with this egg, and then these two haploid cells fuse together and produce a diploid zygote. The zygote formation takes place in the archegonium. Inside the archegonium, the zygote formation takes place, and this zygote, it will not undergo meiosis immediately. So for this diploid zygote, instead of undergoing reductional division, it undergoes mitosis and produces embryo. This embryo further divided into and produce a sporophyte. The sporophyte is in diploid condition. This sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte. On the gametophyte only this sporophyte was growing. And this gametophyte function is, it has a leaf-like structures. By means of them, they prepare food material by the process of photosynthesis. And these sporophytes, they acquire these nutrients from the gametophyte and develops. This sporophyte, diploid sporophyte that was growing on the haploid gametophyte, it has three parts. They are capsule, seta and foot. By means of the foot, this sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte. How the sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte? By means of the foot, it attaches to the gametophyte and acquires nutrients from the gametophyte. The seta is a stalk-like structure, and whereas the capsule is the terminal part of the sporophyte, which is a bulging one. If you see the capsule, it is in 2n condition, and inside the capsule there is a spore mother cells are present. These spore mother cells, they undergo meiosis or reductional division. What happens in the meiosis? The meiosis, by means of the meiosis, the number of chromosomes will be reduced and spores are, haploid spores are produced. Haploid spores are produced inside the capsule, and these capsules are moving, the ripened capsules, when they are moving with the wind, those capsules will burst open and spores get released outside, and the spores are homosporous condition. Homosporous means one type of spores are only present, and by means of wind they disseminate, and spores, when they fall on suitable substratum, they immediately germinate. These germinated spores, they may develop into gametophyte as in liverworts. When the spores will germinate and immediately develops into gametophyte in the liverworts, and this gametophytic stage will develop for the sporophytic stage. But in mosses, the germinated spores will develop first into a filamentous stage is present, which is called as protonema stage. There is a horizontal filamentous structure is seen that will be developed, which is called as protonema. That condition is seen in mosses. And from this protonema is nothing but juvenile form of the gametophytic stage. From this protonema, the gametophytic phase starts. From this gametophytic stage, the sporophytic phase occurs. Like this, the cycle will be followed. From this sporophyte, again what will happen? Spores are produced, spores will disseminate, germinate, and again same cycle will repeated. This is about the sexual reproduction in bryophytes, whereas the vegetative reproduction is these organisms, they may vegetatively reproduce by fragmentation or by gemma or budding. These gemma are the special structures found in liverworts for the vegetative reproduction. It is found in liverworts. Whereas this budding is seen in the filamentous stage of the protonema. On the filaments, there are several buds will develop. When these buds get separated, they will germinate into the new protonema. This budding stage is seen in the protonema stage of the mosses. So with this we have completed the reproduction. The bryophytes are divided into liverworts and mosses. They are divided into liverworts and mosses. In the next video we are going to study about this liverworts.